First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
First Alert Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt, and finally some big improvements in our weather after all the rain. We had 4 or 5 inches of rain in some areas. I actually had one viewer sent me a picture from Vincent, 6 inches of rainfall. But this dry weather, it couldn't arrive at a better time. We need this dry weather to let some of this rain soak in. And I know it's kind of cloudy in some spots out there right now, but no wet weather showing up currently on First Alert AccuTrack radar. Let's take you over to the current conditions around the area right now. And you can see here in Jasper that wind is whipping out there as the clouds still filter in. We got some clouds making it into Tuscaloosa and Columbiana, Coleman right now. More sunshine to the east, but these clouds will be with us in areas to the north going into the early evening hours as we check out what's happening here on First Alert Weather Extra. Let's get into the setup here as we move ahead. It looks like over the next couple days, actually, let me jump over here to our First Alert AccuTrack system number 2 here. I want to switch sources and we'll see here. Actually, let me go over to our radar. There we go. There it is. So radar showing no wet weather at the moment. That's just a little bit of ground clutter that we have coming in and some clouds there. Now, again, you can see on the satellite imagery around Birmingham and back in here towards Gadsden, northern Tuscaloosa County, but no wet weather showing up, even though it kind of looks like some of those pop-up showers are trying to develop. But let's walk you through that forecast this evening. You can see the temperature there as we go through 6 to 8 o'clock, cooling off into the 70s, and around 10 o'clock, upper 60s, light northwest breeze later on tonight. That wind settling down. Tonight's lows will be in the mid to upper 50s. The average lows around 64, so we're actually going below average for the overnight temperatures. Kind of chilly out there. This is actually going to be a very nice night if you have one of those backyard fire pits. Sit around, enjoy the nice, cool, crisp conditions, less humid weather, because we get into June and get into July. As you know, nights like this are going to be very limited from here on out as we get into summertime here. But we're looking at the out-the-door forecast temperatures in the 80s, and tomorrow we'll have that sunshine again and more sunny weather expected for our Sunday. In fact, let me show you that weekend forecast here if you are heading out to the lake. And notice the UV index at a 9.7, so that sunburn time there is at 15 minutes. So make sure you have proper sun protection if you're going to be out on the lake, out on the water for this weekend, because it does not take long when you get that UV index in that high category. 87 there on Sunday, a little bit hotter, and then for Memorial Day, the temperature rising into the upper 80s, a little bit closer to 90 degrees there on Monday, but more dry weather after that. Changes as we'll start to see that chance for showers and storms by the middle of next week, and we'll talk a lot more about that coming up. And here's what else we have on the way here on First Alert Weather Extra. We are going to check in on that beach forecast, talk a little beach weather safety or beach safety, a rip current forecast, and we're also going to check in with the weather kid of the week, talk about the humidity levels next week. Lots coming up here as we continue. Stay with us. The Next Big Thing gives you a heads up days ahead of the next big storm system. The Next 24 gives you the most accurate and updated look at tomorrow. And the Next 60 gives you a 60-minute advantage against Mother Nature. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away, this is why we First Alert.
When we declare First Alert Weather Day, it's all hands on deck. We're on your side and in your hand with the First Alert Weather app. While Wes and the rest of the team track changes moment to moment, the app keeps you prepared and safe with video and alerts for your neighborhood. And if the power goes out, no worries, you can stream us anywhere. It's easy and it's always on. Stay ahead of Alabama weather. Just scan and tap and have the First Alert Weather app. This is why we First Alert.
On Good Day Alabama, we treat severe weather with the highest priority. It's more than just meteorologists. Everyone plays a part. Having more reporters in more places takes you beyond the First Alert, showing you the impact that we see on radar. We're live in your neighborhood when you need us. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
Our lives revolve around planning for what's next, like the next ball game. One hot dog with ketchup. It's the same with weather. That's why we're on your side with the next big thing, the next 60 and the next 24. Knowing what's next, days, hours, or minutes away.
This is why we First Alert. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog?
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
Well, are you heading to the beach this weekend? Here's what you need to know. The Panama City, I believe we have some video we're going to roll. The Panama City Beach Fire and Rescue Department, well, they're not taking any risks over Memorial Day weekend. The fire chief says his crew is fully staffed and equipped with all the necessary resources, and his team isn't messing around when it comes to rip current safety. The fire department expects Friday to be a high-risk day for rip currents, and that's what we've had in our forecast here throughout the week, and they predict the rest of the weekend will be moderate, but paying attention to the beach warning flag. That's what you got to do. I noticed it was a red flag today down at Gulf Shores, and looks like over the next few days, hopefully some improvements.
The biggest challenge we face is the weather and just the sheer amount of people. You know, we want people to come here, enjoy our beautiful beach, take home great memories with your family, and you can't do that if you lose your loved ones, and that's the last thing we want. So we just need the public's help monitoring those flags for us.
Yeah, and if there's a double red flag and you go into the Gulf, you risk a $500 fine there in the Panama City area. And just pay close attention to those flags and the rip current forecast. We'll try to provide that for you. In fact, we'll check in right now with meteorologist Matt Daniel with updates on the Gulf Coast forecast.
All right, we're heading into the weekend, a holiday weekend, of course, and I know a lot of people probably have plans to head on south to the Gulf Coast. And here's a live look at Gulf Shores earlier this morning, and you can see the waves are kind of rough right through there, but there's a lot of people already out and about enjoying the holiday weekend already. I will note, you see that flag, it's red. We've got a red flag indicating a high rip current threat for today. Of course, the good news is the rip current threat lowers a little bit as we go into the weekend. So here's that forecast. It drops to a moderate, so still would kind of avoid the waters if you can. Sunday looks like the best day. It's a little bit lower, and then as we go into Monday, it's going to be right back up to that moderate threat. So we'll be monitoring that very closely. I will also know the water temperature is a few degrees cooler than it was just a few days ago, all thanks to all the rain that we've seen over the past week. So now it's at 80 degrees. Of course, that will likely warm up as we go into the weekend and next week. Here's a look at the average water temperatures per month at Gulf Shores. And notice in May, usually we're in the 70s. And as we go into the month of June, it's in the lower 80s. And then it warms up all the way into the mid 80s as we get into the heart of summer in August into September. So those waters, of course, continuing to warm. Here's what we're seeing for the forecast if you're heading down to the Gulf Coast this weekend. Fantastic weather. Lots of sunshine Saturday, maybe a few extra clouds Sunday, maybe a stray shower, but overall looking pretty dry. And temperatures not bad at all, low to mid 80s. Of course, the UV index is going to be very high, so make sure you apply the sunscreen, have the hat and the sunglasses. And winds this weekend out of the southeast at 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast for the Gulf Coast. Maybe you're going to take all of next week off, which would be really lovely. We're looking at those just small rain chances perhaps, but mainly dry. Looking at highs mainly in the low to mid 80s. We'll note that the winds start to come in from the south as we go towards the middle and end of the week, so humidity levels really start to climb. Those overnight lows also warming up into the 70s, but overall 80s going into next week. Maybe some isolated rain chances going into Wednesday and into Thursday. Maybe you've decided, you know what, I'm going to head on out to the mountains. If you're going to the Smoky Mountains over the weekend, not bad at all either. In fact, Saturday's looking wonderful, upper 70s for highs, a little bit warmer going into Sunday with a mostly sunny sky. And you can see that warming trend continues as we go into the middle part of next week, with maybe a chance for some pop-up showers or storms as we go into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, with highs mainly in the mid-upper 80s, getting close to 90 degrees. Just a reminder, if you are planning on traveling out and about for the holiday weekend, we want you to stay safe and be able to get all the weather information right through the phone. So make sure you download the WBRC First Alert weather app. It'll know where you're at. If there's storms by any chance over the next 7 days, it'll let you know if there's lightning or heavy rain. So it's a great tool to have. And of course, we will give you updates as well, giving you details on what to expect over the next several days. Enjoy a nice and safe weekend.
All right, we've got more coming up, and next I'll have the 7-day forecast. We'll talk about the next chance of rain that we'll be dealing with next week, and also we go beyond the 7-day forecast and look at some of that long-range data with meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Stay with us as we continue here on First Alert Weather Extra.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we know the news that matters the most to you is the news that hits closest to home.
And we know that to tell the best story means going to where the story is. That's why having more reporters in more places is so essential.
Giving you more local stories that impact your family, your school, and your safety.
On air, online, and on the app.
That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I hear from people all the time with questions about healthcare, their insurance, and the safety of certain treatments. I'm Morgan Hightower, and I investigate these stories because if I were being taken advantage of, or if my family couldn't get the help they needed, I would want to know how to take action. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get pinpoint locations down to your street level on the First Alert weather app. You can download by searching WBRC in your app store. That's accuracy you can plan on.
I hear from people all the time having problems with their landlord or worried about being ripped off by a bad business. I'm Josh Gann, and I investigate stories like these because if I had questions about protecting my finances or how to save more money, I would want the best advice available. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side getting answers, keeping you informed and safe. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Twitter. Search at WBRC News.
Get First Alert weather and breaking news. Follow us on Facebook. Search at WBRC News.
We're kicking off the Memorial Day weekend. Some beautiful weather out there. The water's still choppy, though. I know we were talking before the break about the rip current risk, and we do have a red flag there at this is the view from the hangout in Gulf Shores and at Orange Beach and down the Alabama Gulf Coast. That's what it looks like right now. Temperature 84 degrees. That's the pink pony there on the Gulf Coast. 68 right now in Coleman. It's going to feel nice and comfortable out there tonight. Very cozy evening, at least for this time of the year. Many times the humidity out there, you can just cut it with a knife. And I know earlier this week we certainly had the tropical air in place, but that's moved out. It's going to feel nice out there tonight. That system that brought all the wet weather, it's spinning away, and a lot of the severe weather happening right now. Check it out across Virginia. A lot of tornado warnings, some severe thunderstorm warnings happening here around the mid-Atlantic and heading into the D.C. area. A risk for some strong to severe storms. That's actually a severe thunderstorm watch, including several counties not far from Charlotte, actually east of Charlotte, close to the Raleigh area. You see down into North Carolina, and some rain lifting through New York and into the New England area. But there's a couple of, it looked like there was one tornado warning there over the past hour around Lynchburg, but mostly seeing severe thunderstorm warnings out of that particular system. All the wet weather's cleared out down along the coast again. There were a couple of showers south of Montgomery earlier today, but what you're looking at is an upper level low, big pocket of cold air aloft spinning away, and what it was doing, it was drawing in. You could see that axis of moisture, that fetch of moisture. It was coming right out of the Gulf and just streaming in across Alabama. But now the dry air that's wrapped into that system coming in from the west to northwest direction, and that's what's bringing us the nice conditions. But you can see the tail end of that cloud shield right there across the Tennessee Valley, and that's what we're dealing with, but no rain out of that at the moment. Back to the west, things a little bit quieter. Looks like as far as the severe severe weather risk going into tomorrow. That threat is going to ramp up across the high plains. So we're seeing the primary storm track north, but you may notice some reports on the Twitter sphere over the next few days of some active weather happening in states north of us. In fact, that risk more enhanced on Sunday, but that is well north of us, tracking across the Midwest, but sort of resembles what you might see later during the summer months. A lot of active weather. I know already there's been quite a bit of severe weather happening across the upper Midwest, and that's going to be a threat there, looks like, on Sunday. But as for us here across Alabama, again, dry, stable. We've got a nice one dialed up here for the Memorial Day weekend as we go through this evening. Nice, cool Friday night. Low humidity. That is the key right there. Low humidity. Average low is 64. I think in the morning we could be as cool as 55 degrees in some areas out there. So a little bit of a chill in the air for some of us, especially to the north, but it won't take long with it being so dry. Look how quickly we warm up. Lunchtime. Nice warm conditions out there. That strong sunshine is going to make it feel more comfy for pool weather out there if you're going to be out by the pool, the lake tomorrow. Winds generally out of the north, but notice by Sunday that wind direction starts to shift around. We'll start to see more of a south flow, but it takes a little while for things to kind of moisten up. The dry weather hangs on through Sunday and Monday, but the next big thing, a rise in those muggy levels. You can see the muggy air starting to build back in around Tuesday and Wednesday and next week. And once we start to see those higher dew points, that's when we could, during the peak heating of the day, see a couple of isolated showers, maybe a pop-up, but we're only talking a 10% chance of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. I do think, eventually by the middle to end of the week, we'll start to see a little bit of activity on radar, but it's classic summer-like weather going into the month of June. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs near 91 degrees, overnight lows in the 60s. But it was incredible. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi joining me now, and Jill, had one weather watcher that reported in on Facebook, said, Wes, I picked up 6 inches of rain out in Vincent. So I guess the dry weather is a good thing at this point.
Yeah, we need a break, and perfect timing for it since we have a big holiday weekend and a lot of folks off and maybe getting outdoors. You don't want to deal with muddy conditions or have to watch out for lightning, things like that. As Wes was talking about, that the storm track is a little bit farther to the north, and that looks to be the case according to the American model as we go beyond the 7 days. So around the 5th of June, still seeing that active storm track up to the north, and I have a few pause points in here showing that perhaps under this big ridge of high pressure might get those, popcorn showers and thunderstorms that may develop just based on the amount of humidity that could develop across our area. Perhaps another better chance for some rain and storms. Again, this is just one model going out beyond the 7 day around the 8th. And then it shows that perhaps a trough may develop, aka the jet stream dipping a little bit farther to the south. We'll have to see if we actually get a front close by around the 11th. So again, that is the American model going beyond the 7 day, 8 to 15 days out. It looks better in terms of future rain chances than some other data that doesn't really show a whole lot. We get from 30% coverage going into the Saturday, day 8, and then really kind of not much happening beyond that. And that kind of coincides with what the Climate Prediction Center is thinking now, 8 to 14 days out, that perhaps we will start to trend below normal. But again, things can change. This forecast is always doing, some wavering. And so they look at the new data and then make the adjustment. And they've also made the adjustment perhaps that we would trend below average. Not out of the question. Maybe that's a good thing, because other data I've looked at was like really scorching. Remember yesterday you were like, no, upper 90s and stuff like that. I'm not even going to show it because it doesn't match with that, but there's indications it could go either way. So we'll keep you posted and beyond the 7 day right here on First Alert Weather Extra. Wes?
Yeah, it's nice to see some of that long-range deterministic data still hanging on to some wet weather. Typically you get into May and June. If you have some dry spells during this time of the year, that just kind of sets a stage for an abnormally dry summer. So that we'll take what rain we can get, but at least we got some nice weather on the way for this weekend. Well, up next, we're going to meet our Weather Kid of the Week. So stay tuned for that as we continue here on First Alert Weather Extra.
Getting live breaking news and local updates has never been easier. That's because we're on your side with the WBRC streaming app. Need updates between newscasts? You can catch up quick here. And when we're live on TV, we're live here too. giving you more ways to get caught up with everything happening where you live. Plus, exclusive videos from your First Alert weather team. It's easy to use and it's free. Just search WBRC on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV. WBRC Fox 6 News is on your side.
You've got enough to worry about every day. That's why the First Alert weather team is on your side, so you can plan with confidence and take the worry out of weather. With exclusive First Alert AccuTrack, we pinpoint storms before they arrive. And with Weather Every 6, you are always informed. Alabama's weather changes fast, but we're working even faster, updating and alerting you first. We know your plans are important. This is why we First Alert.
Every morning on Good Day Alabama, we're on your side, trying to get you where you're going safely. First Alert Traffic updates you on slowdowns and gives you alternate routes. Having more reporters covering the roads you drive on gives you even more info to help you know more about why it happened and when it will be cleared. On air, online, and on the app. That's the advantage of having the most reporters on your side. That's the advantage of Good Day Alabama.
I get calls and emails all the time from people wanting to know how cities, counties, and the state are spending their tax dollars. I'm Jennifer Horton, and I investigate how your tax dollars are being used because I don't want your money or mine wasted or fraudulently spent by politicians in power. That's why WBRC Fox 6 News investigates. We're on your side, following the paper trail, asking the tough questions, and giving you the facts. Contact us when you need a team on your side.
Hey, come on over here, Dean. Got Dean McCula in the house. And how old are you, Dean?
10.
10 years old. You're pretty tall. You got tall parents? You want to do a shout out for parents and anybody else that's watching?
I'll give a shout out to my best friends, Kaylee, Tyreek, Xavier, Jamarie, my mom, my granddad, my dad, and my uncles, and everybody else who supported me in life.
Yeah, and you just made straight A's, didn't you? I think I got a picture in from your mom. She sent me a picture. This is the President's Education Awards Program, and President Biden signed this certificate that was sent to you. That's a pretty big deal. What kind of grades you make?
A's.
Straight A's?
I've been making A's my whole life, but that certificate is if you make A's through 4th grade, well, 4th through 5th grade.
Yeah. You do a lot of homework? Really?
Yes.
Now, do your parents have to get on to you to do the homework?
No.
Why do you do it? You just something you want to make. You want to make good in life, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about it. So, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is math because most of the time math teachers are nice, and plus I'm good at math, so the work is mostly easy for me.
That's awesome. Now you play sports too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
What sports do you play?
Basketball and baseball.
What do you play in baseball?
In baseball, I'm a utility, so that means I can play any spot on the field.
Can you play pitcher too?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got to see your windup. How do you do a good windup?
So first you start off like, let me do it like this. First you start
catcher's right here.
Yeah. All right. So first you start off right here. Pull it back.
Yeah.
Start like this.
Yeah. Woo, man! What's your best pitch?
My best pitch was when, so my teammate, he challenged me to do 9 pitches, right?
Yeah.
So when I went out there, I was heated. So
you were heated?
I was heated, like I was ready to throw, like just all 9 strikes. So then I actually ended up throwing 7 strikes.
7 strikes out of 9?
Because they kept hitting the ball.
Hitting your ball?
And then one time, somebody hit a dinger off me in my thigh. So then, but I just picked it up and threw it to first. He was out.
He was out? Yeah. It hurt?
Did
a little bit?
I ain't feel it.
Okay, that's athlete there. Bet it hurt later though, didn't it?
Yes.
No, I figured. All right, Dean, coming up in just a little bit, you're going to help me do the weather, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're going to hear about, you're about to take some trips.
Yes,
you're going to be going out to Texas for what?
To meet my brother.
Yeah, and then California? What you going to do there?
Well, my sister wants to see the campus of UCLA.
Yeah? Where do you want to go to college, you know yet?
You know,
With their that wind-up like that, you might have a few college coaches looking at you, you know? Especially with straight A's like that.
Way to go. Give me some of that right there. Boom.
All right, Dean, the weather machine. It was great to see Dean on with Mickey today, and we always enjoy featuring Weather Kid of the Week. And by the way, you can sign up if you go to our website at WBRC.com. And also, if you want to sign up for a weather visit, head over to WBRC.com and look for weather in the classroom. Well, we want you to download our First Alert Weather app because that's just an easy way for you to send those photos in to us. We got a nice photo from Lay Lake earlier today. I know a lot of folks will be out there on the water this weekend. Sharon Gill, as always, we appreciate those lovely photos from out on Lay Lake. Let's check out that forecast. I believe we have the 7-day here. Let's walk through that one more time and just show you this weekend. We are looking good through Monday, Memorial Day. Temperatures in the upper 80s, and then that chance for showers and storms back in here around next week. Of course, we know and remember certainly what this weekend is all about as we honor our fallen heroes. We'll be back with more updates in our forecast tonight. Be sure to check in with us at 9, 9:30, and 10. Hope you have a safe weekend. Be careful out there. Back tonight with your local weather on WBRC Fox 6 News.